am your astrologer Wonder Girl, and I am here to give you your monthly forecast for the month of February 2017. Now this month is a huge month of change. Doing a lot of things differently, working a lot with your relationships to get them on board with your identity and who you really are, and trying to balance that out. Now I feel like in the past few months, ever since the beginning of January, I've talked about change is coming. We're in the middle of a change. Things are happening. And the fact of the matter is that yes, we are in the middle of a change, and we have been going through it, and it probably won't end until about April. I want to say the end of April, when we start to feel like a little more stable, like we don't have to keep making these adjustments and moving forward. So keep that in mind, that there's a lot of stuff you have to do to change your life to be more of what you want, but that this month is probably going to be the biggest and most intense changes that we're going through, especially with the solar eclipses happening. Now this change that we have going on is going to be a lot about your social standing, about how you present yourself to the world, about how other people see you, about how you want to be seen by others, kind of working to make some changes there. And you're going to have to balance that with who you really are, your identity, what you really want, what you really believe, moving forward, and with your relationships and what's fair in your relationships. So it's going to be a lot about what's fair. Are the people in your life treating you fairly? Are you being fair to them? Are they resonating with you, or are they not? Where is this kind of going as you try to work a lot of this stuff out? And that's because we've got Pluto in Capricorn, which is the planet of power, of intensity, of change, squaring both Jupiter and Uranus, which are opposite each other right now, causing us to really have to learn how to balance our relationships with our identity moving forward. However, I do see our identity and who we are and what we really want winning out this month and kind of overtaking our relationships. As much as we want to be comfortable in our relationships, move forward with them, make people happy, I think this month it's going to be more and more about ourselves and what we want. That's because we've got Mars, which just moved into Aries, where it's at home in Aries, where it loves being there because it can act and move forward on the things that it wants and not have to worry about anything else. We've also got Venus that is about to move into Aries this month. And Venus doesn't like being in Aries, which rules your relationships. So it makes your relationships less about other people and what other people want, and more about you and what you want in your relationship, what makes you happy as you can move forward with that. So I see a lot of that going on. On top of that, we've got Jupiter right now, which is in a Libra, all about balance and fairness with other people, gonna go retrograde. Saying while you're trying to act on who you are and your identity and what you want, you're rethinking some of the arrangements that you had with people in your life to bring them into a spot that works better for you and that makes more sense to you and is what you want. So expect there to be some things there where maybe you're reevaluating your relationships with other people when you're saying, you know what, this isn't working for me. We need to do this a little bit differently to try to get it in a better spot, which is going to be happening a lot this month. On top of that, we've got the lunar eclipse in Leo on February 10th, all about your heart, the way you express yourself, what makes you happy and passionate, where you're ending some kind of way of feeling, ending something that used to make you happy and kind of going into something new, or trying to figure out this new thing that makes you happy moving forward. So I think a lot of that is going to come up, especially around the lunar eclipse, where it's like, oh, this doesn't make me happy anymore. This doesn't bring me pleasure. I'm not passionate about that. How can we do things in another way to bring that more back into my life as we move forward, and to really start to change your life and make the moves in that direction to get there, or have someone else make the moves on you to change their life in that way. And so the beginning of the month can be a really good opportunity for you to create the life that you want, for you to move forward and make the changes that you need to be who you are. The problem with this, though, is that if you don't have the space in your life to accommodate this new you, then there can be problems. If you have people in your life that are like, no, I don't like that, we're not going to do this, you can't act that way, you can't be that, then there's going to be some crisis points where you're like, great, I want to do this thing, I want to be this person, but I feel like I can't. So be aware of that there could be some tension as you try to be yourself, and some opposition that you may have to break through in order to find the real good part and the real golden nugget of this month there. As we get towards the middle of the month, there could be a good opportunity or a good time to communicate about who you are, about what you want moving forward, about where your life is going, to try to bring everyone on board as best as you can moving forward, and to really go in that direction and bring things there, and to want to think about things in new ways. Towards the middle to end of the month, we have Mars crossing over Uranus, really causing you to act in different ways, to want to do things differently, especially do things that resonate with you personally, maybe to rebel, to be independent, to break free from old things that are weighing you down, and to do things in different ways. So that's also a time where you may want to finally move forward and break free, or other people may do that to you. Now, we end the month on a little bit of a softer, more introspective note. That's because we have a solar eclipse, which is happening in Pisces. And Pisces rules your inner life. It rules your spirituality, rules who you are kind of, deep down, the unconscious, the subconscious stuff that you don't want to think or talk about. And we're going to end it there, where you're really trying to have to start a new chapter of relating with yourself spiritually and internally, and figuring out who you are deep down inside, and bringing all of that stuff up to the surface, about what really inspires you, and having to get through some of the confusion to really get there in life as we move forward and figure that out. So to me, there's a whole major reworking of your inner life, of the way you work on the inside coming at the end of this month, that through all these changes you're going to have to get through, is to realize old things aren't working for you. What used to make you happy doesn't make you happy anymore. That you want to be a new person on the inside that can express yourself and be free, and having to learn, what's fair and what's not fair. Can you bring other people with you on this journey? What do you need to get rid of or let go of at this time in order to accommodate the new person that you are truly becoming as we move forward? Now, the card that I pulled for this week is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, the fives in the tarot, are a card of struggle and of difficulty and of conflict. They do indicate difficult times. So what I would say is, don't expect this month to be super easy. Don't expect everyone to get along. Expect there to be some difficulty, either with other people or either with you trying to overcome some obstacles to get on your journey. What the Five of Swords does indicate, though, in terms of advice, is to rise above all of the issues and all of the problems and all of the things that are bringing you down, to really think about the higher path and the higher way to get through things, so that you're not lost in all of the hurt and all of the struggle and all of that that's going on. The Five of Swords indicates that if you try to fight and to move forward without having the right intention, without keeping everyone else's opinions in mind, that you could end up getting what you want, very well so in the end, but in not liking it, because you've burned so many bridges on the way. You don't have anyone there to support you even though you have what you want, or you've gotten what you want, but then maybe there's something missing. Maybe you're actually not happy. Maybe it's not what you want after all once you get there. So to really try to move through this time very humbly, with the right perspective in mind, trying to be sincere, be truthful, be honest, and not alienate anyone as you move forward. This card can indicate trying to pick your battles, okay? Only, choosing things that really mean a lot to you, or maybe that you think you can win as you move forward, so that you don't waste all of your energy in one conflict when there's another one right around the corner that's about to come up to get you. So think a lot about those kind of themes when you're feeling challenged or struggling. What is it that you really want? How can you get what you want without alienating people, and do it in a way that is full of integrity and honor and respectable as you move forward into this new way? What I really like about this card, if you can notice it, it's got all the swords in the ground, which indicate conflict, strife, that kind of thing. But the figure in the center of the swords has got angel wings, trying to ascend, trying to get above it, trying to do the right thing and have the heart in the right place. So I really think that that's going to help you get through this month and deal with some of the uncertainty and the conflict and the change that is coming to you, and probably won't end until the end of April. So that's all I have for you this month. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like them, please share them with other people, comment, get back to me, and I will respond and love it so much. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will talk to you soon.